All right. So if this video looks like the same background, shirt, and hat as any other videos that are going to be coming out in some time, that's probably because they're all done at the same day. Because I'm doing this morning. So good morning. We're going to talk about the whole violin thing. So the whole thing about the violin is one, it instantly makes you look smart and cool. No, that's not necessarily true. If I wanted to look smart and cool, I'd wear glasses and the violin. So, the whole violin thing, I guess now is the time, because we're coming up on a minute, to tell you to like and subscribe. Comment. Hit the like button. If you hit the like button, YouTube is like, oh, people like this video, and they shoot it out to other people. And then those people, might subscribe as well, and, also subscribe. But, I get it. But at least like the video, because it doesn't cost you anything. I mean, it might tell you that, might tell YouTube that you like videos of people talking. But I mean, you're on this video anyway, so how'd you get here in the first place, right? Obviously, you like this kind of stuff. So, YouTube fed you me. So, anyway, the whole violin thing, I'm just going to explain it out. Have I always liked the violin? I think I've always liked the violin. But as a child, I think the first instrument that I liked, and don't hold this against me, I was a product of the 80s with smooth jazz around. I liked the saxophone as a child. Of course, I obviously tried, the whole liking the guitar thing, because, everybody likes the guitar, and, you have a badminton racket, which was a game, by the way, that was big in the 80s also. You had a pretend guitar, so obviously, yes. But my parents thought it would be a great idea for us to learn the organ. And the organ, for any of you parents who might be thinking that this is a good instrument for your children to learn how to play, is intimidating, especially for a small child. Now, if you're going to do anything, piano is fine. They can work up to an organ. You don't get the organ for like a 6-year-old. I had more interest in learning how to type on a computer than I did with an organ, which, by the way, obviously, if you've liked and subscribed to this video before, you've or viewed this video before, you've probably noticed, if you've liked and subscribed to other videos, I should say, you've probably noticed that computers are kind of a big thing in my life. That being said, but an organ, you see them in churches, that's about it. And yet my parents bought 2 of them. They bought 2 organs, never paid for any lessons. Never had an instructor come to our house and be like, hey, this is how you learn how to play the organ. Oh, okay, great, cool, thanks. Nope. Just here's the organ, learn how to play it. In the 80s, by the way, when there was no internet. I was like 1988. It was like Star Trek The Next Generation had been out for like, they were like halfway through season 1. And my parents are like, here, learn how to play the organ. We're not going to teach you how to play, though. La da 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 da. What the heck? There's no instructional YouTube video for that. So, I digress. I'm done begging on my parents about the organ thing for now. And you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you learn how to play the piano then on the organ? Because that's not what I wanted. Now, Those organs basically acted as side tables, card tables, for when we hosted uh, Christmas or Thanksgiving or what have you. They would like be buffet tables because we never used them as organs. I think the most use I got out of one was I took it apart for like switches and buttons for electronic components. Which also, by the way, if you've liked and subscribed other videos similar to my channel, you have probably noticed that I also do stuff with the electronics. So yeah. Um, so I think I got interested in violin when I took a break from being 20, 20, 20 mid 20s, whatever, and started thinking, what do I want? Who am I personally? Um, and I like the violin. Never learned how to play. I thought it was way too complicated. I see people, with that little, shimmy and whatnot, and I can't do that for the life of me, especially right now with a big gigantic gash in my middle finger. But, which, it's healing okay. Don't play with circular saws, kids. So, my brother really wanted me to learn how to play the guitar. Why? Because he learned how to play the guitar, or sorry, he did not learn how to play guitar. He learned how to play the banjo in Kuwait when he was deployed there. And then he bought me this. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I think he might have bought me the electric guitar first, or he bought this first and then went to the electric guitar because he saw it at a rummage sale and was like, that's a good price. I've had this guitar for probably 15 years and I can't play very much on it, if anything. I've never sat down for it. It's a big, look at this thing. I gotta bring it up. I gotta do this. I gotta, I'm whacking the window right now. It's a big, huge thing. It's another reason why I like the violin. This computer is, and my computer desk is on a riser right here. And underneath the riser, I just have the violin. And look, nothing hitting the window. This thing hits the window. I've got to bring this whole thing up. I have a keyboard directly behind me because I thought it would be a good idea to teach the kids how to play the piano. It's right there. And again, like my parents, I've never gotten a teacher to come in here and teach them how to play. I've never sent them to a music school. I feel horrible. So, my brother bought me 2 guitars. I cannot play the guitar. And, yeah. It's just a big thing. You gotta, get out everything and get all situated. It's just, yeah. So, with that being said, that's the guitar. And I don't play it. I've never had a saxophone. I think they're extremely complicated, and your hands are largely down here out of view of your eyes, and you can't see anything. That's another problem with the guitar, is that your hands are so spread apart, you can't, concentrate on both of them at the same time. And don't get me wrong, any musical instrument is not going to be something that, if you are strongly one single-handed minded, is going to be easy for you to do. It's just not going to happen. But with the violin, I look down, I can see what both of my hands are doing. And that's another reason why. And I've only learned that since I bought this violin. It's really too bad that I got this gash in my finger while waiting for this to arrive. And yeah. So one of my children went into orchestra and started learning how to play the cello. And I thought, um, if anything, this is going to be the time to pick up the violin. And don't get me wrong, I actually thought about making myself a cello. So that I could do it with, because a cello is a beautiful, beautiful instrument. And again, because of the fact that you're looking down and bowing, or plucking, again, you can see both hands. It's amazing. So, yes, I like the violin, I like the cello, I like the viola, all these different things, blah, 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 blah. I like stringed instruments. Neither here nor there. But again, I have like little to no musical ability whatsoever. This is me currently. Turn down the volume a little bit. It's going to be a little scratchy. I can play Jingle Bells. I started making a violin because no matter what I did, if you see a inexpensive violin on Facebook Marketplace, buy it immediately. Because they are possible, but collectors and resellers and other people who are looking for a violin, buy them fast. This is not my only violin. It's the only violin that I practice with currently. Just because if it's out here and it gets broken, I don't mind as much because it was $36 on Amazon. For another $36 and a few days wait time, I can have another one of these. The other violin that I have is 100 years old and belonged to a concert violinist. Do I think that that was her best violin? Probably not. But, the neck is wider here. So it's a little bit easier on my busted up middle finger. But I actually learned how to play Jingle Bells on that one. Yeah, that's my musical journey. I am not musically talented. I'm hoping to be somewhat decent, pretty good over the next few years. I do not plan on this being my biggest thing on this channel. But that's my explanation as to why I'm doing the violin, and that's also kind of like my background story, explaining to you that I have had multiple opportunities to have some kind of musical ability, and I don't have it. So when if you see me playing this well, I want you to be able to see this video and understand that at this moment, December of 2024, I have next to no musical ability whatsoever. And I really hope that a few years from now, I can look back at this and think of how far I've gone.